Yo, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Might be super loud because of this. I'm at work. Second, I hook these up. Uh, so yeah, uh, figure I do my how I got into skateboarding. I guess you can call it an episode now, right? Live, because I'm running out of space on my phone. Anyway, I talked about Gramps Ramps maybe was being the last one I was talking about. I think skating Gramps Ramps here in this area. We used to skate there. And then we went to go skate there one day. I was staying the night at my friend Joey's house. I needed my helmet, so we drove over there. His mom took us over there, and we're coming up to my house. My house was getting raided. Like all these cop cars in the front and shit. Cop cars that came through the back, like through the field in the back of the house. Wild, straight fucking, like we were Pablo Escobar or some shit. Mm-hmm. Uh, So we start rolling up. My friend's mom's like, "You want me to stop?" And I was like, "No, just keep going." You know what I mean? Like, do not stop. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to be there. So we went back to his house. We didn't even go skating, obviously. We went back to his house, um, and I guess my sister had been trying to call over there when we were gone. So I called her up, and you guys aren't gonna see me for a second. I gotta go open these doors. Or maybe I can take you with. So yeah, she called me and said she was at one of our family friend's house, Gordon. This guy Gordon, we used to smoke weed with and shit. Um, she was over there with my nieces and nephews, and yeah, she was like crying and shit, saying that she was. I guess they had a doctor's appointment, so when they left, the only people that were there were my mom, dad, my brother, and then like a customer, I guess you want to say. Um, so when the house got raided, it was only them there. Luckily, my nieces and nephews weren't there when all that went down. Yeah, luckily they weren't there when all went down. So we were. I went back over there to Gordon's house, and we were just looking out the window, watching all that shit unfold. Uh, my mom, my dad, and my brother were already either they already took them or they were sitting in the car the whole time. We didn't see it. I didn't see them anyway. You can just see some silhouettes in the car, so probably they were in there. Um, what happened? We chilled there for the rest of the night, pretty much, and then they end up waiting till all the cops end up leaving. Ugh. Once they bounced, we went over there to the house, and the house was fucked up. It was tore up, like I don't know how to explain it. Like way too tore up. You know what I mean? Like do they didn't have to tear up our house that bad. You know what I mean? As they did, but they did. My bad if that's too loud. Back this trailer up real quick. Yeah, so we went over there and tore our house all up. super bummed. We went to where did I stay in? I think I couch surfed for a little, just not that long. My mom ended up getting out on an OR to kind of get all our house together, like to move. You know what I mean? Like pack up, we put it into storage, packed up all her shit. She still had to go back to jail, so pretty much they let her out just to kind of handle all this. Call it OR, out on her own reconnaissance, or recognizance, recognizance, however you say it. Um, yeah, they let her out, cleaned up all her house, whatever. Then she had to go back to jail. My brother had got out, so he was out, and my mom had to go back to jail. So like, where were we gonna go? You know what I mean? I think we stayed in the house for a night or two while there was nothing in it. And my sister was gonna stay with her boyfriend. So me and my brother ended up bouncing. Took the Greyhound. Went to go stay with my grandma in Lake Paris. Stayed out there for a little bit. Stayed out in Lake Paris for a little bit. Skated out there. Skated out there for a cool little while. Wasn't really too much of a scene out there as far as skateboarding. A lot of taggers, gangsters. Uh, oh, 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. uh, I guess he was gonna get it. son of a gun. Yeah. My bad. Coworker. Dude smashed to go get a trailer. I guess he did the okey doke. Um, I what was I saying? Shit, I got lost. Oh, I was talking about Lake Paris. Ski. So it wasn't really a big skate scene out there. I met a couple of kids from around the area. We started skating. I went to a continuation school out there, so there was nothing but taggers and gangsters, tag bangers. So wasn't really much going on at that school. All the skaters, kids were at the high school, and there was only like a handful too there. Uh, wasn't really that many spots to skate out there. You know what I mean? It was a little kind of a smaller city. Maybe that'll help out. Smaller city. It was cool though. It was a cool. Met a couple of cool dudes out there. I saw. I remember around that time. Misled Youth had came out, and dude, we were watching that shit religiously. Like I wasn't really a hucker or a rail dog. Yeah, I mean, really, I was more kind of tech-ish. I did a couple of little big things here and there. They had a school we used to skate at over there. It had like a really low roof. I remember I ollied off of it over a fence off the roof of the church school or whatever it was, um, Christian school. And they used to have a quarter pipe, and they had a bench in the front, and you were kind of allowed to skate there on the weekends. I ollied off the roof there. So anyway, misled youth. We were always watching that, and we would get amped and go out and skate. And we skated there. they end up opening some like little ranch. We called it the ranch spot in Moreno Valley. Like a pastor owned it, and his son was a youth pastor. I guess he used to skate, so we would go there and we would skate the. It's like a little park, like a little skate park in the backyard. You kind of had to sit through a little, the whole little Bible study real quick. You kind of listen, and you get to go skate. And he would make up hot dogs or hamburgers. Him and his family. Super cool. It was a cool spot, dude, to go to. Didn't charge anything. They asked for donations. Sometimes we didn't have any money, and they'll still let us just go in there and skate. So we did that. Um, Skated there for a cool little minute. Lived with my grandma for a while. Then where was I getting my boards at out there? I think there was a skate park in Moreno Valley. Moval Skate, maybe it was called, something like that. It had a shop inside, and I got my boards from there. And I would just get blanks. I would always, I know I wasn't trying to break my grandma. I would get blanks. And I think I had my trucks forever. I think uh, I used to ride Destructos. Oh, you know what? One time was it there? I think it was at the same shop. We went and she had bought me it might have been a zero, either shorties or a zero board. Maybe it was a shorties board. And then I had Fury trucks. I don't know if you guys remember the Fury trucks. I don't know if they're still around. I think they are. I had the Fury trucks, and they like just came out, and I think some hookup wheels. I don't know. I liked all kinds of random shit, so it was a dope board. I had that board for a minute. It was kind of newish. Um, I remember I was trying to jack some Magnum 44 markers from Albertsons, and they were gonna catch me, and the dude took off running after me, and I took off running, and I dropped my board, and I was scared to go back, and I fucking left my board. I lost that. Told my grandma that somebody jacked me for my board, but really I left it behind. Sorry, Nana. R.I.P. I love you. But yeah, that happened, and then I didn't have a board for a couple weeks, and then my grandma had took me to um mobile skate, and I got all that stuff. Again, another setup. Um, what else was to go down, man? I used to skate. Misled Youth was tough. That was like pretty much the only video we always watched. I think we had a couple 4-on-1s. One of my friends, we used to watch those. I had like 3 4-on-1s. We put in rotation, and then my brother had bounced and came back up to the desert, and I was there with my grandma by myself. And her neighbor invited us to Mexico. We went out there and went out to Mexico, and there was a skate shop up the street from where the person we were visiting, right there. Like, uh, I asked my grandma, "Hey, is it cool if I go up the street and like check out that skate shop?" She's like, "Yeah, just be careful, you know what I mean? Because we're in Tijuana." So I mobbed down there, checked it out. They kind of had some legit gear. They had like a little, kind of reminded me of like the work bucket that pharmacy has. It was like defective boards. There was like boards all crazy looking that were cheaper. Uh, so my grandma I went back over there. I told them about the spot. So then the lady was like, "You didn't spend nothing, did you?" And I was like, "No, like I was gonna." And she's like, "Oh no, let me go down there because you gotta, those people will take advantage. And I don't speak Spanish. Like I'm a coconut. You know what I mean?" So we went back over there, and she had like bartered with these dudes, and I had bought like a deck. I think I bought 2 skateboards and some grip tape and wheels, maybe. I think I bought some wheels, some pig wheels, and that was pretty cool. So I had another board when we got back from Mexico and shit. Um, then my brother had came back to my grandma's with some girl who was like, "Hey, like what's up, fool? We trying to move back, to the desert? And I was like, fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Might as well. So I moved from my grandma's. My brother took me back up here to the desert. Probably should have stayed with my grandma, to be honest. But took me back to the desert. We stayed with him at some chick's house, and it was all bad. Like, brother always fighting with this girl or whatever. Yeah, um, it was cool to be back in the desert to skate again with my homies. Linked up with all the homies again. We started skating. Um, my mom, skating pretty tough. My mom ended up getting it out, and she ended up getting out, and came back to the desert, right? But we didn't have anywhere to stay. My mom was staying with one of her friends, and I kind of was couch surfing. I told my mom I really didn't want to stay with my brother because it was just too much. So I kind of was staying the night at my friend Tommy's. Pretty tough. So she had asked his mom, like, if I could just kind of live there. You know what I mean? Pretty much. And she was cool about it. Yeah, like, he's cool. Good kid or whatever. Yeah, like, I don't care if he stays here. So I was staying there. I was going to Options for Youth. I enrolled in Options for Youth because, again, my credits were super shitty. So I did Options, which I did not really do it. I just wanted to skate and get stoned the whole time. Uh, Stay with my friend Tommy, skating all the time. We were all skating in the front yard, uh, skating around Victorville, skating around Asperia, like spots that weren't even spots. We were trying to skate them. You know what I mean? Hold on real quick, guys. I can still talk. You guys probably still hear me. Uh, yeah, skated. Um, at this time, videos were out. I think Jump Off the Building came out, maybe? Or was that before Miss You? I don't know. We were watching Jump Off a Building a lot. And then still 401s. The homies had new 401s. Jump Off a Building, a toy machine video, for anybody who didn't know. But, yeah, we were skating. 139 at right, 139 at right. Anyway, yeah, shit, where did skateboarding go from there? I was skating there with Tommy. I want to say my brother left the girl, the first girl he was with initially, and he was living with another chick who was pretty cool in Victorville. And again, he told this to my brother, hey, come live with me, fool. So I was like, fuck it, seems cooler. Like, I'll go over there, whatever. I went. She lived kind of by Pebble Beach Park on Hughes up there in Victorville. And, skating pretty tough right there. We go skate by the indoor, like, Old Town Victorville and shit. It's up and down 7th Street. And they had open. Pharmacy was still around. You know what I mean? I was still skating around Pharmacy. I remember I so wanted to get sponsored by Pharmacy back then. Like, I was always hanging around over there, like, all the time. You know what I mean? Brian Herman was hanging out there. My homie Wayne. They were bigger now. You know what I mean? So they were always hanging out there. And I want to say it was Brian Herman was like, you know why Donnie won't sponsor you? And I was like, oh no, like, 'cause I thought he would have sponsored me by then. You know what I mean? I was trying, jumping down shit and whatever. You know what I mean? I was trying to do what I can. he said he wouldn't sponsor me because I was a loadie. I was always baked. I was always getting stoned and wasn't showing up at pharmacy, eyes all fucking bloodshot red and shit. So I was a loadie. That's why he didn't sponsor me, which is crazy now to think about it. Everybody smokes weed, but I didn't get discouraged. I mean, I just kept skating. You know what I mean? Like I love skateboarding. I didn't care. It would have been cool to get free stuff or get kicked out. And I mean, Donnie, and some of those dudes over there that I knew that skated for them back then used to kick me their used boards. You know what I mean? Like I think I've even had Herman shoot me some boards. He was done skating them. They were a little skinnier because he was a small kid, but I would still skate them. Um, yeah, I was a loadie, so I couldn't get sponsored by pharmacy back in the day. I think if I would have got sponsored, it probably would have changed my whole everything. You know what I mean? Plus, I didn't do Castle. My family was broke. We didn't have no money. You know what I mean? Like we were just trying to live, and I was one of those kids that never got that shot. Like some of these produce stories that I hear in the nightclub, like they found that shot. And, yeah, I mean, I didn't get that. I wish I would have, and it would change my life. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? Didn't stop me from skateboarding. Uh, they opened this little shop on 7th Street. Uh, called Star Profile. I think these dudes were Armenian. I think Egyptian or some shit. Maybe Armenian. Um, real quick, guys. 719 17. I'm still at work. Okay, obviously. Uh, Armenian dudes. I think that's what they were. Super cool, dude. Like I used to skate right there in the front. And there was some black kid that rode for him. I forgot his name. He was always like, "Oh, check this dude out! Like he skates good." Like talking about me, you know. And so I would skate right there in the front, and I was just doing flip tricks and nose manualing around this little sidewalk, and the flip tricks off the curb and up the curb. And like back then, I used to have hill flips and kick flips. I used to like kick flip manual and like heel flip manual. And he was like, the guy Shoddy, the owner, Shoddy was like, "Oh, you trying to ride for us?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I was like, yeah, shoot it." So I started riding for them. They shot me some stickers. I think they gave me a board. Nothing crazy. Shot me a board. Shot me some stickers. Um, I rode for them for a cool little minute. There was a couple of little dudes who were on the team who rolled this up. You're kind of loud. We had a kind of a cool little, all right squad. There was like 4 of us, I think. At the time, I rode for them. I guess later on, people rode for them after I left or something like that. But they rode for them. Then man, I'm having a brain fart here, trying to think what all happened. Um, so this kid comes, good, he's pretty good. Shotty's like, "Hey, I want you to go skate with this kid. Like, tell me what you think. Like, we're thinking about bringing him on. I was like, "Oh, all right, for sure. Like, what's up, man? What's up? Whatever." We went out to go skate around Victorville, right? Town. Busting out, dude, little kid. He was hitting some tricks and shit. Small little guy. And he was good though. You know what I mean? Like wherever he came from, I can't remember where he came from, but he was good. Like he just moved out to the, I think he just moved out to the desert or something like that. Skating with him, like I was telling Sean, he's good. Huh? I was like, yeah, He's good. So they brought him on, right? Um, that kid was Matt Allen. So me and Matt Allen were on the same team way back when for a hot second. Um, they ended up throwing a demo. They threw a demo. Um, DNA skateboards came out, right? Dave Duran. Uh, that's the only guy I can remember because he was on Duff's at that time. Kind of smoky on who else was there. I wish I knew. Anyway, they were in the demo. We got to skate in the demo, obviously, because we were sponsored too. And probably one of the coolest times I had as a skateboarder now, like at the time, because like I was sponsored skating with the pros inside this demo, like that I was allowed to go skate at instead of just being like a kid who's going to go skate in the demo and not even on the team. And I skated, and I think me and Dave Duran were trying to do this 360 flip off this kicker that was there, and we were both getting close, and then finally I stuck it like before him, and I was so pumped, I was like, I stuck it, all the way, like and he was like, yeah, like, and then I think 2 tries later he got it, and pretty dope. This other little kid came running up to me, "Give me your autograph," and I was like, all right, like I wasn't really anybody, but I was like, cool, game autograph and shit. Oh, what had happened? We're skating there. Why do I feel like some other event took off from there? I think this was I was supposed to be in 11th grade, or I was supposed to be a senior or whatever at that time. I was sponsored, I mean, of skating. I remember my dad got out of jail, and he was staying with my mom, and my dad stayed at another friend's house for a little while. All this time I was sponsored. Uh, I wasn't getting a bunch of stuff. I mean, I was getting kicked down here and there. And then my dad ended up bouncing like out of nowhere. Like my mom didn't know where he went. He just took off, left. A month or two later, something like that, I finally gets a hold of my mom, and he moved up north to Vallejo, telling told my mom, let's get out of here. Let's get out of there and come up here. Staying in a home, getting clean and stuff. So I think my brother had gotten in trouble again, so he was like locked up, like went upstate this time. My sister was still off doing her own thing, and uh, me and my mom were like, "Well, let's go up north." Uh, took what little we had and got on the Greyhound and bounced. Went up north, met up with my dad in Vallejo. Um, soon we get to the home where my dad's staying at, it's a men's home, Victor Outreach Men's Home. Uh, Another van comes to get my mom to take her to a women's home. And at that time, I was just like, what the heck is going on? I thought we were all going to be together. I mean? And took my mom to, where'd she go? Not Tracy. Is that where it was? Tracy? Stockton. Women's home in Stockton. And we were in Vallejo. So she went out there, and then I stayed with my dad in the men's home. And there wasn't really, Vallejo isn't really a skate scene town, really, that I saw. Unless I didn't know anybody. I mean? I hung out with my cousin. I had family out there. I hung out with them, smoked a lot of pot, listened to Mac Dre, got introduced to Mac Dre, was listening to a bunch of Mac Dre and shit. Um, it was It was a strange time. I skated when I could. There wasn't really, like I said, there wasn't really a scene out there. It was just more hood in downtown. There's some pretty tight spots by the post office. I used to skate. There's a couple of ledges over there. Uh, my cousin I used to hang out with, he had some homies, I guess, that kind of skated. So we skated. I was trying to like link up with these dudes and we would go skate here and there. Yeah, I mean, I really didn't have a solid skate homies. Yeah, I mean, I think at that time more I was just about smoking weed and listening to rap music. I started smoking Black and Milds and shit. Um, it was rough, man. It sucked. Uh, I skated with this other kid too in the men's home, like the men's home, the director's son. We would go skate, but he was kind of just starting off ish. You know what I mean? At least it was somebody to skate with. You know what I mean? I had somebody to roll around with. So we skated for a while. Like I said, it wasn't really too big of a scene. Um, I went to Benicia Skate Park, which is like a legendary, like super old skate spot from way back when. Uh, at that time, I really didn't know how to skate any hips that much. I wasn't really good at like quarter pipes. There's not really quarter pipes there, but it's like little hips and stuff. Like, and I used to launch off the side and do like to flat. We'll put like a little trash can and ollie over it or whatever. Some back 180s, and I think I had frontside flips then, some three flips. Uh, what had happened, man? There was no rail or nothing there. There was nothing to grind. It was just like these little hips all around the place. So we left there, stayed in Vallejo for a while, quite a while. Stayed there. I ended up getting a job. I was a carpet cleaner for a little while at 17, working under the table, and then I got a job with my dad at a truss place, building trusses and shit. And I worked there for a cool minute, and then I did some light dating. I ended up dating this chick. We were hanging out pretty tough. I met her at like a church function. She was my cousin's friend. Uh, Started hanging out with her pretty tough. Um, and then, man, what had happened? I think we decided to move away. We were there for a cool minute, and then we just, I don't know, like, we don't know all the reasons why we just decided to move back to the desert, right? Left Vallejo, came back to the desert. Um, Ran into all the homies again. You know what I mean? Started skating again out here in the desert, going to demos and shit. Skating all around the Sparrow Junior High, Victor. I don't think Apple Valley Park wasn't open yet at that time. We were skating all around there. Then I started working. I figured I had to get a job. I started working down the hill. Was working down there. Didn't really get a lot of skate time. Skated a little bit, but not really as much as I wanted to. Still kept smoking weed. And then the chick that I met out there came to visit for Thanksgiving or something like that. She stayed out there with us. Then she went back home. Then a week or two later, when she was back home, like we were still talking, trying to do this long distance thing, and she was pregnant. Dude. So I was like, oh shit, like I gotta go take care of my kid. You know what I mean? So I moved, put in my 2 weeks over here at my job I was working at down the hill, and moved back to Vallejo. I live with my now baby mama, and family was super square. Her dad was like ex-military, worked for EDD. Her mom was a school teacher, German school teacher, super square suburb living. I felt so out of place over there, but I try to make it work. You know what I mean? That time I barely did any skating. I remember, like, I think I was just trying to work and trying to figure out what it was to take care of a kid. You know what I mean? Uh, Trying to get jobs that I didn't really have the drug test for, like, 'cause I was fucking getting baked still the whole time, working random warehouse jobs and shit, temp jobs. Um, that went on for a little while. I guess I shouldn't talk about my life too much and more about the skating part, huh? Yeah, that time I had a big gap of not a lot of skating. Uh, I came back down here for a family reunion or something like that in Asperia, and at that time, me and baby mama were like arguing all the time, and I just decided to stay out here. Like, I left my baby mama, my kid behind. Um, Sucked, but I don't know. But I was young, you know what I mean? I wanted to keep partying, like I missed like that part. Uh, it was rough taking care of a kid and dealing with their mom, and so I stayed back out here. Kind of started skating again, pretty tough. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there for now. Because there wasn't really a whole lot of shit didn't start happening again until later on. So yeah, talk more about that later. But check out the video. Let me know. Deuce.